Hello and welcome back. So this is kind of a reply video to Shadiversity's video. I'm struggling and I've been oohing and ahhing over this video for a long time and how I'm going to word it. So I'm just going to talk about personal experience, and I will say watch his video. I'm going to link to his channel down below. He is phenomenal, great content, and other channels too, media and so on. Just look out for this guy. Good writer as well. I just want to add that I'm reading the guy's novel. So let's talk about issues that you have as a content creator. One of them is actually getting your content seen, and this is a problem across the board. This is a problem for big channels and small channels, and my channel is very small. But I've noticed something. If I look at Odyssey, because you can watch my content on Odyssey and Rumble too, if a video does really well on Odyssey, it's not going to do well on here. And I find that fascinating. Like, I can do a video on a trending topic and no one will see it and it gets buried. Yeah, I can do a random video and people will see it. My Lord of the Rings stuff is doing quite well right now, and some other stuff is doing really well. My channel's actually experiencing some growth for the first time. But then YouTube, as a rule, doesn't like small content creators. It also has this thing of who it's going to push and what it thinks people want to see. So it won't push the content based on what it tells you it's going to base it on. So it's not about click-through rate, it's not about watch time and all of this. They will push content that fits a certain algorithmic vibe that's trending right now. So just say when Kenobi came out, I was getting a lot of videos, both pro-Kenobi, anti-Kenobi, and all of it, but predominantly very pro, and I'm always seeing the same big content creators on the trending page and on my suggested. It gets really old and really boring, and I have no intention on watching people like Logan Paul. No. And I find that fascinating with YouTube. Like, the algorithm is not built for content creation. I also find it interesting that now they're like, well, they like content with certain sources, but they're only sources they tend to agree with. So if something's a Google source, it tends to do better, and I don't know if that's just my channel or not, but it's interesting where the tags go and what will get seen and what won't. I've received countless messages from people that followed my channel for a very long time. Oh, I was unsubscribed from you. Oh, I didn't know you were still making videos. I haven't seen anything. Oh, I have my alerts turned on. Hit the little bell icon, by the way. But I'm not being told you're making content. That does worry me. Just on that frame of, like, trying to get seen and trying to get your content out there is extremely difficult, and the more difficult it's become in recent years, especially in the last few years. There are so many huge channels, bigger than mine, that are struggling for content, bigger than Shadiversity's, bigger than, they're struggling because people aren't seeing their content, even if they're making great content. And that's also another thing. Shorts. I do make shorts, and I have noticed some of my shorts will do really well, like thousands upon thousands of views, but my YouTube videos the long form content won't get the same anything. And my videos go up the same time, usually on the same days. Occasionally I might do an extra video or something, but there's always a consistency, and I don't think consistency really matters. Because when you look at the times your videos get seen, because you can see in the analytics when your videos get seen and how they get seen, it's always around sort of 6 p.m. in the evening UK time, so that's morning for Americans, I think, because most of my audience is American. But you end up in this constant battle, and as a smaller creator, you do end up having to chime in on topics that maybe you're not as interested in, but they help drive the video. Because if you have one video that doesn't do well, the next video won't do well, and then it will take time for your videos to get seen. Also, people who, viewers, and this is just the thing, if you skip a couple of videos by a content creator, you're not going to see their videos anymore, even in your sub feed half the time. Half the people I watch are not in my sub feed, which I've never understood why. Because it's all there, but no, it's just a bizarre thing. I make no money from YouTube as well. That's also a thing. I am monetized on some videos, but I make barely anything. Like, it's pennies. And that's another thing that I find very interesting, because I was monetized before the Logan Paul incident. And when I was monetized, I did notice more steady growth. And then once that happened, it went from steady growth to flatlining. And YouTube won't push content that it's not making money from. That is a fact. And add in sort of the issues with YouTube, its broken copyright system, creator drama, and all of this stuff. YouTube is fundamentally quite broken, and it's a real shame, because again, I know a lot of great content creators that just gave up. And I think that's sad. Like, I knew people that were making amazing, beautiful content that was in-depth and stunning, and they didn't even rank in any searches, even if it was a trending topic, which I find strange. I mean, I've just started on Rumble, and that's a really slow trickle. That's a few views per video. But going back to Odyssey, which is a great platform, by the way, there are links down below, that on there, I know a video that will do really well on Odyssey won't see the light of day on YouTube, because YouTube won't push it. YouTube's algorithm isn't about the creator, it isn't about the quality of content you make. And getting your stuff seen, even small channels, big channels, the less monetizational your content is, the more problems you're going to have. That's what I've found personally with mine, and I can see that in the analytics. The click for impressions thing is also quite eye-opening, because you can see what videos are getting pushed by the algorithm, what isn't. And that's, again, a fascinating little thing, because you can see where people are sharing your videos. You can see where people are posting them and doing them and sending them around the internet. But it's interesting seeing that click for impressions, because when the impressions are 0.1, you know there's a problem, because YouTube is not pushing that video, again, even if it's on a trending topic. It's why I don't bother making Star Trek videos, because I love Star Trek, I love talking about Star Trek, but no one watched them, and YouTube didn't push them. And many people weren't told that they're there. And again, this is a common problem across this entire platform. But the Star Trek videos did super well on Odyssey. Really well, actually. Like, I mean, on Odyssey, some of my videos I can get 10,000 views, like that. Where on here, they'll struggle to make 50. And that's on a trending topic that is going around YouTube. A really recent one I did was on the Batgirl thing, and I'm actually surprised no one saw that video. It didn't do well. So I do find that fascinating. I mean, I've had this conversation with someone that apparently I make very negative content. Again, you have to resort to a little bit of clickbait. You have to kind of do that now, because otherwise clickbait gets pushed by YouTube. Like, if you look at the impressions on my more clickbaity titles, you see that. So there is certain keywords and things like that I use intentionally so things get seen. But no, I do think that YouTube itself is trying to be Netflix, and that's the problem. YouTube should be a DIY platform. It shouldn't be about giant content creators who make prank videos, or I'm going to run around in a forest shouting "Who's it's" really loud, Logan Paul, and other people. And also, like, on YouTube in general, like, drama videos do really well, commentary stuff, mukbangs, which I don't understand the fetish, but there we go. YouTube, it's a very weird place to be. And I've learned that hard work, research, and it doesn't matter how much heart and soul and honest to God blood, sweat and tears you put into a video, many times no one's going to see it. And the smaller your channel, the harder it is. It's part of the reason why I left BookTube as a book-making board, bookkeeper media platform, not a BookTube platform. Partly because BookTube only succeeds when you have support of the community, because BookTube videos are very small and very insular. They're not for a wider audience, they're for each other, for other booktubers. And if you don't have the support of that community, you're kind of sidelined and pushed aside, because that's it. I found stepping away from BookTube and doing that was one of the best things I've ever done. The fact that people are now engaging with my content and talking, and we're having great conversations in the comments, and I appreciate them all. I just wish more people would see my videos, because I do the keyword searches, I do title searches, I go through the whole thing. And I mean that, the whole bloody thing. And it just ends up not getting seen. And I do find it fascinating what YouTube will push, what it won't push, and how it will push it. And cross promotion is very important, so my videos always go out to Twitter, they always go out to other sites, because otherwise no one's going to see them. I'm not going to go too far into this, but do check out Shadiversity's video, do check out his content, he explains it far better than I do, and absolutely brilliant. So tell me what you think in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys later.